Hello, hello.
What's going on?
Welcome to a fresh new approach to the stream. Kind of ready almost for the new year. Just a new
Yeah,
platform. Get it going. We do have Danksy. Danksy is restarting. I don't know if I should just pull him down for the second. But yeah, we'll try it out and see how it goes. How was your Christmas so far?
it was good. I had a lot of good family time, and had a good few days off of work. And what else can you ask for? So it's been
That's
good.
that's exactly it, right?
We're getting another Christmas gift right now with these prices. Giving us another chance.
Get ourselves that deep discount. That's perfect.
How you guys doing? Can you hear me?
There he is. Now we got
Oh,
you.
we made it. We made it. We made it.
Okay.
It's the new year.
Sometimes just got to restart that computer. Restart the setup, you know?
Yeah, for real.
Dude, computers are
So,
weird like that. They just need that reset.
right?
Unlike me, I just keep running.
You just keep running,
What's up?
running these
I keep
streams.
running like an animal.
We're here. Things are going well.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
let's
Tyler not coming in? What's
Oh
up? He said.
yeah, no, he's a little bit under the weather right now. I don't know if he said he might jump in, but he said he's not feeling very good right now. So
no worries. We can run it, go through, and if we, got to run it a little shorter or whatever, that's fine too. We'll kick it into the slides. Again, this is a brand new setup, so hopefully we are doing well and everything kind of shows up the way I want it to. But we'll hit the slideshow here. Screen sharing will be interesting too afterwards when we work on it. But yeah, so what is going on? Bitcoin kind of is in this range, this 90, 92 to 100K range. We got a Tuesday bump last week, and then we have been kind of chopped since. Got a bit of a rally breakout, but then kind of in between now at the moment. Maybe we get another Tuesday pump, but overall, hearing some sounds of weakness in Bitcoin, hearing a little bit more of that bearish sentiment towards what is possible with this downtrend. So be curious to see how it goes. Maybe we're waiting until inauguration now before we get more of a rally. I think that's the general thought process, but we'll dig into that as we look at the charts. AI XBT goes ahead and changes their PFP to a quantum cat. I will note, strongly note, that this was gifted to AI XBT. Quite a substantial gift, to be honest. About $25,000 worth. Now currently probably worth $30,000 roughly, as they rallied pretty significantly. AI XBT into the ordinals makes sense. I mean, NFTs on Bitcoin do make sense for the provenance of something on Bitcoin, but there's a limited amount that I think is of value, right? And there's these handful of collections. Quantum Cats really lead the way in the sense that they have the ability to turn into Taproot Wizards, which is kind of the most anticipated collection over on Bitcoin. So they've really embraced AI XBT and kind of made it that part of their group. They're buying AI XBT token, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but really interesting nonetheless. Again, this AI narrative has been the strong kind of play outside of most everything else.
yeah, I've had a lot of people that have not really been into crypto, specifically ask me questions about AI coins. They're like, I'm tempted to get in, but I'm only gonna stick to AI or something,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
You know what? I think it's probably a fair space to definitely dabble. I think risk side of it, downside is maybe a little less, and then also I think the narrative around is really strong. And I heard earlier today kind of that maybe AI tokens, memes, however you want to label it, are the NFT of the 2021 cycle. Same idea, And I mean, I can kind of grasp that. It's the new element that I think is really interesting. Certainly, meme coins aren't going away anywhere soon, or just the general meme coin. But AI is certainly a strong and holding narrative at the moment. So probably going to see more of that.
Yeah, I think for NFTs, it's going to be a little bit harder. Not everything is just going to mint out right away like it was. And I think it's going to be more the ones that are people realize that are actually building and doing good things are going to be the ones that pump. And we've seen that this run already. So
Mm-hmm.
not all of them are running, but Pudgies, they've done a lot of big things. And I know I don't really follow Azuki much, but I've heard they're doing a lot of great things as well, along with, Doodles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And these are the ones that are running. So.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. Yeah, I know another one that's seen a bit of a boost lately, and we'll talk about it as I go through the kind of the NFT gainers is Rug Radio NFT rallies. They have a token drop coming through their platform, MyRaid, which is a prediction market platform. And so token allocation, 25% of supply going to Rug Radio holders, among others. So they've gotten a good rally. That team continues to grow and develop their kind of Web3 media empire and is doing pretty well. Part of my daily listen on a regular basis. So that is interesting. NFTs in general, volume's still pretty high, 17 million after a Sunday is strong. Ordinal seeing a bit of a boost. Obviously, that's directly in relation to Quantum Cats. Solana kind of steady at 1.7. And in the movers, says weekly, but it's actually daily. Rug Radio up 94% to 0.31 as of this morning. Crypto Dick Butts. Talked about them actually previously, kind of the OG meme, if you will, in terms of the NFT side of things. Actually, them along with MFers, but Crypto Dick Butts sees a 33% surge. One that I think will hang around for a while. Sproto Gremlins on the meme NFT side of things, also up 30% to 1.69. In terms of meme coins, we see AI meme coins doing well, with 3 of the top 5 kind of runners. Fartcoin up 10.5%, Popcat up 8%, Peanut up 15.5%, Goat up 18%, and AI16Z up 28%. AI 16Z, AI XBT, Fartcoin, Goat. These AI coins performing well among many others. Virtual kind of token for the Virtuals platform. And then some of the other ones are just a gain from a fairly large sell-off, that kind of 60, 70, 80% range. And then we'll get this buy back in on the dip. So even though they're up, they're down overall over a period of time. But good to see this rally and a bit of attention slide back into memes as things get a little quieter. Nothing really on the prediction markets. The only thing I could see there was Fed rates. I think it's kind of expected that there will be no rate change here coming up. So that's interesting. We'll see if there's any economic indicators that change that, but that's part of the kind of tempered down expectations, hawkishness that kind of exists now, with a bit of risk factors that are there for inflation, etc. That is the roundup. Thoughts, Danksy, crypto?
Yeah, I mean, things are slowing down a little bit. Like you said, I think the inauguration date could be that thing that maybe gets us back up. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like we said last Tuesday, we had a little bit of a pivotal move at this time, and it'll be interesting to see if we go back up again. Do we go up, Bitcoin price wise? Retest something and then move lower again. We'll have to see how we continue to play off, just day by day.
Yeah. I think we're kind of seeing a little bit of that rally towards the end of yesterday, and I'll go ahead here and try and get my screen shared here.
If should I try to share mine? I don't want to overtake yours though.
No, you can go ahead and share yours if you want to pull it up. I'm totally okay with that.
So I'm shared,
Mine.
but I think so I think you can choose who you want to switch to. So
Yeah. So.
No clue how to work this thing. How do you?
Oh, I removed it. Add a scene. Mm-hmm. We'll figure it out here.
How's that?
oh, nice. There we go.
That works, but that changes our overall layout and background.
I won't be sharing long. I just wanted to kind of show just this part too. But yeah, this is kind
Trying to
of
figure this shit out. What about this one? That's kind of small.
that
This
one's
one?
pretty good too. Kind of blocks some stuff on the screen though.
How's that?
That's good. So yeah, I kind of would like to see us if we can hold here, that'd be nice. If not, like I think we could kind of see this 87 range again. Down to 85 kind of I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't hold right here, if we do push up, I don't know honestly, and there's really nothing behind this just besides my emotions, but I think it could be a little. I think we are a little bit bearish right now, not on like a long term or anything, but if we do move up here, we could. I'd like to see us at least break above 99 again. If not, we could definitely see this move back down to 87 if we don't within the week. That makes sense. Yeah, because I'm thinking we could see some sort of move up like this, maybe down to here, and then back up, and then inauguration day is, what's the day? I don't know the exact day.
Jan 20th. Thanks, do you know? I think it's something like that. This is a Canadian speaking, so I mean it's not. That seems to be a date that rings true to me.
I'm looking it up.
It's the 20th. You know better than me for sure.
I
just looked it up.
Nice. So yeah, that's the orange line there. So maybe we play in this area till then. I would not be surprised to see 87 though.
Might be I don't know. Is it a sell the news event? You know he's gonna win. You know who's getting inaugurated.
Right.
But he's in the office, and maybe he can start to announce some policy that is official, taking effect. So that's the bit I think is kind of interesting, and I don't disagree that should be at least a catalyst for activity on it. I've heard even lower expectations on Bitcoin, as low as 80K, and so that bit has been a little bit more interesting. So I'd be curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, we've been moving up for quite a while. It was 42 days of pretty much straight up. So little retracement there, but I mean we shot right out of the all-time highs. So retracement is, pretty normal. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this zone though. Right here, 50% retracement would be pretty nice to see, I think. And bullish if we can continue up from there too.
I want to make a note that if you are catching the stream right now, feel free to comment, chat, and we will capture that. Thanks, you just switched it back on me. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. You got it. I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
I got it set up on the primary pro scene there.
There we go. I got it. So comments.
What I notice is everything's kind of at a range where like we could hold or go lower. Some altcoins look pretty good, but if Bitcoin continues to go, those kind of just follow too. So, but yeah, that's kind of just what I'm seeing.
I mean, we just need really another. I mean, I'm a firm believer that people just justify price movement with news articles. So we just need a good news article to justify the upward price movement.
No, I agree. Yeah. a
back in
lot of
business.
times, when that COVID candle happened, there was news. Everybody sold. Everybody was scared. But yeah, it's really just human emotions on a chart. So, is there any other coins? I guess we can look at Ethereum here. I kind
Yeah,
of like this level
Ethereum,
with
look at Sol.
that. Get rid of these numbers here. But I kind of like this level where ETH is at. Wouldn't be surprised to see like you know 3,000 again if Bitcoin continues to go. But this is a good spot for ETH to hold. What are you guys kind of seeing? Let me go to the weekly. Weekly chart looks pretty clean. A little weak, I guess, on the last 2 weeks, but uh-oh. That you?
Oh,
No.
I'm seeing a million of my. Oh, it's because you're on the X, or am I?
No, I'm trying back here first.
Oh, okay.
We're still trying to get used to the new stream situation.
No, yeah, I wasn't sure if I wasn't
yeah.
sure if I did something on my end.
No, all good. Trying to figure out the chat element. Chat element is not functioning the way I think we'd want it to work. So just trying to see what's up with that. Because yeah, we put some comments in chat. They did not populate, and so that is still to be figured out, I think. But no, and I mean it's. I think we're not really any different spot than where we've been, except for this kind of slight kind of indecisiveness downtrend activity that's going on Bitcoin, and that is translating across a lot of the crypto. I think if there's anything to kind of counter that, it would be Ethereum. And Ethereum tends to rally when nothing else is when people are most bearish about it or nothing is expected. So that's where I would expect with Ethereum is that maybe it catches a bounce even if Bitcoin is struggling a bit, but other than that, it's a bit less bullish on the sentiment overall.
Yeah, I agree, and that could be good though because usually it's kind of like a buy fear, sell the greed type deal, and we're at all-time highs, so people are obviously going to sell off, and it's not always going straight up. But these are the two zones I'm kind of looking at for ETH, 3,000 to like 3,200, and it's holding above that pretty good. So
Yeah, I mean,
like
Chief Noodle said in the chat, it's just everyone. Honestly, it's more of the nothing's happening on the macro side. I mean, since the election, and that's kind of where we saw the run up. Um, and then it's just a pullback, right? You can't just go up forever. Um,
yeah,
People have to take profits somewhere. The 100K mark, reaching that and 104K was good, and now we're just kind of in the middle chopping, waiting for the next another news event. But really, nothing big has happened since the election, right? Nothing really big on the macro side. No, I mean, MicroStrategy keeps buying Bitcoin, but that's a given with their stock and market price right now. So
yeah,
it's kind of all baked in.
yeah. I agree. I definitely agree with that. This is Solana, kind of what I'm seeing here. Made a good looks similar to ETH actually, just not as I don't know, a little bit, not really actually, but I'd like to see us hold this 179 level for Solana. This is the weekly chart, so let's move to the daily, kind of see what it's looking like. Yeah, I mean, if we don't hold this, maybe we see 168. I think we might be pretty slow for the till inauguration. I think that could be something that maybe it's a slow kick up from there even. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the inauguration is. But besides that, I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. It seems like this is a pretty good entry. We're not seeing a huge amount of selling. It's just people taking profits and people still sitting on their hands and waiting.
Yeah, I think I agree with that too. Let's see, Ave's had a pretty good move. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back down under 300, but still holding, moving pretty strong. Compound, I think we might see, under $70 again, down to potentially 61. But dollar cost averaging is always going to be the name of the game. Buy a little here, buy a little, down here, and then buy a little bit even lower.
Right.
Uniswap holding pretty strong at this level. Maybe we see back to $11 if Bitcoin continues to move down. I don't think we'll see a $9 or $10 Uniswap, but it's possible. Chainlink at a 50% level too. Looking a little bearish. Maybe we come to this $17 range here.
I mean, I think all the charts look relatively similar to.
Yeah, they do. They're all, like I said, at like a pivotal moment. So where it could go up or down from here. So like I said, just day by day, read and react.
Yeah. Have you looked at Soul yet? Or
A little bit. I didn't talk too much about it, but I'd like to see it hold here at this like 178, 180 level. If we see a move down, I don't know if we'll go much farther than like this 167 range. Let's look on the weekly though. I could bring it down here and maybe we see 150, but
If it gets anywhere around 167, you're looking at a strong buy there on Sol. That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think down here to 151 really is plausible, but I'd like to see maybe 168 if we don't continue to move up from here. But
yeah.
Yes, I mean, yeah, all things are looking pretty similar. I've been kind of liking Filecoin lately. Chart looks decent, kind of.
It looks strong.
It's at a good zone too.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely had a good year. This is, I mean, it's a lot of volatility throughout the couple years here, which I think is pretty good. But really, to see more of a run from that, obviously we'd like to see it break above this, high right here, this $12.29 level. And there's a lot of room to go from there on Filecoin. Rhodes, you want to share your screen or should I just keep sharing?
No, I can take over, maybe slide into some NFTs.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Unless you guys want to cover anything else.
No, it should be good. Again, actually, we can just turn off the comments from now. I'm not sure. Danksy, how do you have B3L connected?
I have it through the custom whatever
RMTP. Oh, okay. So maybe that's why, because it's not signed into the account. Maybe that's causing it to not work. I tested it through my account and it seemed to do what was needed. So could be something that we want to consider for comments. obviously we're gonna have to figure that out too as well when it comes to Bren. So something for you to think on if we want to do that. I think it's valuable, but we could leave comments off the stream as well, and that's also fine, because we check the chat either way. NFTs, really good rally in volume. We've kind of pulled back and started to level off here, which I think is really healthy for it. Would love to see another kind of kick up in NFT volume here come the new year. For the most part, it's been a little bit quieter. Rug Radio news here today. Still some pretty strong rumors and talk and discussion around Azuki and Azuki ecosystem. So that's really good, but otherwise not a ton going on there. Buyer to seller ratio is gravitating towards that one level. Excellent to see. Still seeing good amount of buyer seller volume that is remaining higher and better than the volume kind of dip off that we did see. So that is great. And then as we scroll down here, the blue chip index still up 70% over the last 6 months. So really good rally there. Pulled back a bit, and then now we've really kind of settled in quite well. So that's excellent. And then in the terms of gainers and losers, like I mentioned, Azuki has climbed up now to this 12.5 ETH range, getting closer to apes in general. So apes at, I think, 16 and a half. So Azuki is starting to challenge in there, which is crazy to see. I could see them exceeding them, especially if some kind of token announcement or major tease comes. Pudgy Penguins is up to 22 ETH now, so they've kind of started to climb back. Now. Yeah, so they're climbing back to that 25. And then Abstract as well is on its way. So overall, pretty strong. I don't know what you have. There we go, Dinks.
I'm just clicking things right now.
Just clicking things, checking it out. That's fair.
I thought it was to the advertising.
Just getting used to the new setup layout. Like I said, this is a lot more customizable. Cost wise, it is a lower cost as well to what it is on StreamYard. So I think those two combined make it quite worthwhile. So hopefully it works out. This. Yeah, there's different elements that can be added in there. We can add some branding and things like that on there too, which is good. It is supposed to show the current viewer count, but again, that's probably because it's not connected directly into X, which would be something to do. But yeah, and then Bitcoin puppets, not puppets, Quantum Cats up to 0.369. They were at like 0.17 before this rally really took off. So a excellent move there. A bit of a retracement since, but they've now become this kind of mascot, or have AIXBT as their kind of unofficial mascot. Really interesting, really creative for them to offer up the PFP and talk to them that way. I still wonder about this whole AI agent thing and whether or not it's fully autonomous or whether or not it's kind of run in the background or kind of tangentially ran by someone along with it. That part always kind of brings out the skepticism in me, but either way, it's still they're doing well. One thing that was asked last week, or at least on our Friday session, is if we could do some parsec charting. I had loaded up some parsec charts and got it all ready, and then my power went out, and that rarely happens, if at all. And normally when power goes out, it's just a brief flash and you're back on. We lost power for an hour and a half. Don't know why. It came on right at the end of the stream as well. So either way, I have these charts up. These charts were from our last stream, but they are still going to be interesting to look at them, how they kind of played out here. So first one I have up is Pudgy Penguins. This will capture the floor sales. So it does look at what kind of the lowest sale is on the day when it is producing this chart. But overall, I think it's looking pretty good. I wouldn't mind seeing it push back down to 20 and then look for a buy in there. But really strong for pudgy penguins in general. A pretty large retracement here, about 70% retracement from actually the 26 highs back. But overall, they performed well. This 26 high, I think, is probably on the weekly that I drew this in on. So it's, if we're looking on the daily, then it's much more significant and puts us right into that 50 range. So this is actually a better look for the daily. I like it actually where it's at right now, 21 instead of the 20 retracement. So good range here. I think the abstract, etc., and that airdrop will continue to push pudgy penguins, and so they look good. Taking a look at Doodles with a pretty large sell-off here just in this last day. Again, could be just to some WETH dumps, etc. But from their range, Doodles are, and this is actually flipped on it here, but you want to see them hold above 5. It's kind of the key range that I have here, and then move up. I still don't know with the poopy comments and whether or not a token is imminent for them. I tend to like be more pessimistic towards those things and not jump into the belief that that is something that is imminent. So we'll see what comes of it. Speculation is good for price appreciation, but I'm not buying or saying Doodles is a grab right now solely based on an imminent token. Medium to long term, yes, I would be interested for that purpose. But in the current state of things, no, not at the moment. I think, like I said, more downside for Doodles, and go from there. Next up, I have Beans. Beans to me are one of the more interesting plays when it comes to Izuki, although there has been a lot on the timeline for badge and badge achievements on that being part of the reward system for anime tokens. So it's not simply own the NFT at the snapshot and therefore you're able to get it, or own it at the claim and then therefore you're able to get it. It's going to factor in some of the badges you may have earned as an Izuki holder or bean holder or elemental holder. And so those will provide additional tokens for you. So something to keep in mind if you're interested in Izuki or the Izuki ecosystem solely for the airdrop, then sooner rather than later is probably to get into it, which is an interesting move there. And that would allow you to start to try to accumulate some of the badges that are possible with it. And what I find to be one of the most bizarre charts is the Sappy Seals chart, where it rallies.
Oh yeah,
up,
what the heck?
Pulls back, rallies, runs up, pulls back, and it's just like this four tops that we've seen, and then these kind of three bottoms. It's
You'd like to see it break that all-time high, I guess.
It's like a triple bottom with
that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's it at now? 1.4.
Let's see where Sappies are. Sappies are at 1.4. Yes.
Yeah. I paper hand that shit.
You would like to see him above 1.7 to break that all-time high range. They did get up to 161 just a couple days ago. But there's
only 2.1 or 2.81% listed. That's pretty good to see too.
They were ones that were I think they were discussed. I'm trying to think what collections that AIXVT was kind of chatting about on the NFT side of things, but talking about supply and availability and floor thickness. Actually, Elemental Beans was one that it was talking about, but interesting reads. But this chart, I don't know exactly what to make of it. Sappy Seals, like I said, short-lived pumps, and then this retracement. If you look at it on the daily, it looks good, right? It's just the weekly is where you see these. So historically speaking, if we don't continue up in the very near future here, I'd expect a pullback and dump on Sappy Seals. just given the way they've kind of had these spikes, etc. And then I would wait for a lower priced entry, and then hold for additional news and pump. So that's where they sit there. Yeah, that's kind of the Parsec side of things.
We got a question from Chief Noodle about
Sure.
abstract. What do you think? Oh wait, is that mine? Wait, go back to Savvy Seals. Is that mine on the floor? Go back. That one. Oh no, it's not. It's the same one. That
Different shirt.
84401. It's that
Oh,
same combo, but in I think it's like orange background.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I recognize that one for sure. I don't know what you held.
Nah, that my I think the one I got is like I cannot get it back. That guy's not selling. I looked at the wallet.
This one's pretty nice though. This one that's the second off of floor.
Dude, I'm
I
telling
like
you, that
that.
one I've seen trade around, but it's mine is exact. Actually, mine's cuter. My old one was
I
cuter
like
for sure.
I like that one you're out over right now.
Yeah, that one's actually really nice with the bandana. That's really sweet.
Clean. I like clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 100%. That's what I gravitate towards, clean above anything else. Rarity's actually not bad on it either. It's the upper portion of the collection. But I just look at it and say, hey, that's clean. It's near floor. That's the buy I usually always make. And that's what I recommend. Look near floor and make that buy. Otherwise, bids. If you're indifferent, get in on bids, especially if you can be patient. I think, bids on OpenSea, bids through Magic Eden, bids on Blur, put them in there 15, 20% below floor and get your bids in, and you'll get deals. That's actually how I got my first Quirky was through a bid that got accepted. I got it kind of well below the current floor at that point, and then got in there and started trading back and forth with Quirky. So it's that same idea.
I'm actually in the middle of setting up a trail right now, or a trade right now to get a grail. What kind of a grail? I would consider it a grail.
Yeah, that's the ultimate fun part about NFTs is being able to get in there and dig for traits that you like and start collecting. And there's been a bit more talk on the timeline of that, in terms of getting people to buy into the idea that you want to kind of trait hunt and grail hunt, that sort of thing. I don't know if that's a way of trying to provide additional value into those higher trait ones, because right now, mid rares haven't fetched value for a while. Rares will, to a degree, but that's like your highest end of it. Otherwise, it's your floor ranges were.
The way I look at it is NFTs are kind of like my emergency fund. So say I needed to sell something, you could list a rare NFT or a maybe a mid to rare NFT, and it might sell a lot faster than just a base one or whatever the case is. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like if I were ever to have to sell it, which my idea is hopefully I like Quirky, so this is in my head kind of my forever quirk. So we'll see. But like worst case scenario, I do need to do something. It'll sell fast, but. Yeah, that's the idea I look at it when you're getting a rare NFT or rare NFTs.
Crypto G, do you have thoughts on abstract specifically, or?
I do not. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I'm in a similar camp where, I'm not. The thing about new chains, across the board is that you need users and adoption, for them to kind of really get a proof of case. And we have so many altcoins that exist, so many various chains that already provide what most new chains are already doing. With that said, if you're able to, usually a new token is going to have incentivization, whether it's through staking, etc., to hold the coin and provide pretty good returns in the early stages. So, if you're getting an abstract drop, maybe it's worth holding in that respect and staking it and playing it a little longer term. But the way most of these have kind of turned out, especially through the NFT airdrop kind of side of things, is that they haven't gained strength even if you look at base, like base hasn't necessarily been
Yeah,
as
I
strong as
feel
it
like they haven't
could
done a
be.
good base specifically. I feel like they have more where they could put more marketing out,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
but it's hard. Like people don't really. A lot of us have been here for a lot of years and have learned the blockchains that we're on. And
Mm-hmm.
personally, I don't really like to learn a new blockchain at this time. But
Yep.
I know base will be around, but and then new people coming in, they're like, I have to learn 8 different blockchains. I'm just gonna focus on the popular ones for now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yep. So I think it's mostly a liquidity event. I think the effective side of it is that, if the way that Pudgy was done first and then Abstract is done second, that I think there's going to be some increased rewards for those that have either held their Pudgy token, or that kind of side of things, and then blend that into Abstract. But yeah, otherwise I got nothing really further. So I don't think we necessarily answered your question, Chief. But we'll have to wait to see what kind of the key elements, key kind of selling points are for Abstract as it moves forward, and why it can differentiate itself beyond the various chains that have come out and done really kind of nothing. And that's kind of my default expectation now at this point for most.
yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I think overall NFTs are pretty decent right now, showing some strong traction. But like I said earlier, it's the ones that are building and doing a lot of things. So
Yep. For the current state of NFTs as well, like outside of announcement token speculation, I think, we could get a nice bit of retracement along with the market back to about mid-January, and then that's where you could look to accumulate some value on NFTs. So like if you're looking for an entry right now, I would sit on the sidelines. Again, there is risk that all of a sudden there's a tease from Doodles, more token tease on there, or Azuki comes out with specific concrete details on anime and anime launch that all of a sudden it pumps and you miss that train. But I would look for value on NFTs over the next couple of weeks, start to get bids on and do that kind of thing and slow play it as the market's kind of tempered down a bit after what has been a pretty hot December. So that's kind of my play right now with NFTs. Ordinals are interesting. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What NFTs are you looking at for value right now?
For value?
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously you have Azuki in there with their anime token. You probably haven't seen the top of that yet, so.
No. Yeah, you're right. Like Azuki isn't value at the moment given where it was, right? But ultimately Azuki's probably got the highest risk reward upside. And so anywhere you can get a discount on beans, elementals, or Azuki, I think is probably a good move. They are going to still have probably amongst the most attention right now, so it'll be hard to get a really solid retracement on them, but that's where you would look. Otherwise, I'm probably sliding back to Yuga ecosystem. Been a little quiet. Haven't seen kind of the attention there. Catalyst wise, there's not much there. But at the NFT market starts to really heat up, I think that's a really good spot to be. And
So what? Azuki, Yuga, anything in that 1 ETH range besides like the beans and stuff?
one that's interesting
I
me.
like Berkey's, and they got it's. I guess it's speculative right now, but I know they're cooking a lot of things on the back end that'll be pretty big.
Yeah, and court case is where you're really waiting for kind of the next stage of their announcements and build out of everything that they've been working on for a better period of time. They've been
Yeah.
active on the timeline, active along with other founders, and that's been excellent to see. Another collection that and it's kind of fits really well in with Quirkies is they're kind of like this almost a really large pollination between the communities, and that's killer bears. I've always liked what they've done, and so that would be something I would look for on the low end. They have that ability to really rally, and I think some of the stuff that they're doing on the animation and production side of things is always interesting to me. Not sure I have any other ones that stand out specifically. I would look through the generative art area side of things and look for value there, as that's going to continue to rally through that cycle. So if you're able to add some generative art pieces that you're looking at, that's where I'd go. But kind of the pieces worth owning are in that 2 to 3 ETH range. But that's a really strong area of the market I think is going to continue to perform really well.
Oops.
Any ideas from you, Danksy?
No, I'm looking at some soul NFTs, if that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the meme coin NFTs can't go wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I'm deciding if I should buy some Mizuki stuff, because obviously the token coming out, but
Yeah.
that's probably my next move if I was going to do anything.
I really like their art.
Yeah. Right up there for the best art in the space. We talked about D-Gods. I think they also are some of the best art in the space. But with that, anything on the Zuki ecosystem, I think, if you're looking at a time horizon of, say, the next 3 to 6 months, you're probably going to see a pretty good value with them. And so you can't really go wrong. I think they're the most imminent for token and reward. Pudgy ecosystem, I think, is still somewhat interesting with the abstract drop, and so something like a little Pudgy could be all right. They continue to lead the way in terms of PFP collections in general, as they are ahead of the Yuga ecosystem at the moment. So there's some interest there too. And then I was going to say ordinals. Ordinals are still interesting in the sense that they're well below where they have been, not long ago, right? 2023. And so you can pick up things like puppets or OMBs, et cetera, in this like 0.2 Bitcoin range, which, sir, that's quite a large amount to spend, but their ability to get to 0.3, 0.4, half, or even higher is still quite realistic. So I like the ordinal side of things.
If you guys want to see the quirky I got just for funsies, go to Quirkies and look up 4094. I've always wanted a flip brim and a Quirkies merch.
Yes.
Yeah, just 4094.
I was looking through some intro vids. Nice. Is this the one?
Yep. Yes, sir.
There we go. That's like a double merch. I don't know if that hat doesn't necessarily have merch on it, right? Kind of thing, but
well, then even like the little goggles have the skull there too. So yeah, I don't know. It was really clean quirk. I was looking for some trades, so
nice.
Got that one locked in the bag now.
Nice. I was looking for intro vids, and this site I was using had some NFT intro vids, and in there it had some quirkies in the bids as available.
They'll get you'll get some here and there with quirkies.
Yeah,
and sometimes people will dump grails and not even realize, like, if they weren't active for a while or.
I've always been a fan of this yellow hoodie.
That is nice.
Hoodie. Yeah, it's super sweet. Actually, the hoodie ones are some of my favorites. Let's see what else is here that's interesting.
Yeah, the floor is pretty
Double
thin
goo is
too.
always fun.
There is kind of a lot listed right now, more than usual, but yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of them. I've never really found one that I could say I dislike.
Not a bad range though. I
Yeah.
like this one here too.
Yeah, they've been holding here pretty strong because I know they've
Mhm.
pumped above 1 ETH a little bit recently, a couple times. They dipped back down to like 0.8, went right back up to 1 ETH again, and then they're holding strong at 0.9. So
The offers at 0.8, 0.81, 8.82, I think is a really strong play, especially with quirkies where there are very few true floors in the collection.
yeah,
It's one thing they've done
people
extremely
snipe
well.
grails all the time with quirks too. So
Is that these like floors don't really exist, right? And so it makes trading this collection and getting offers in there really interesting and fun. So if you're considering quirkies, I'd be boosting this WETH offer here and getting in at this point eight range. I think is a smart range given where they've held pretty well through that range in the past. 0.8, or if you really want to wait open, like 0.6 is kind of the absolute floor, but
yeah,
0.8 range has also held well.
yeah. Since the like bear when they were going like 0.5, 0.4, they ran up again to 1 ETH, and then like I said, since then they haven't really dropped more than 0.8 on floor price wise. There's definitely been bids here and there that have been caught under. So
It's also a fun thing to do with elementals or beans. Again, quality collections where you can toss out offers, and whatever item you get, you're generally going to be pretty happy with. You could then hold it for a bit, wait for a pump, and then do a kind of a flip trade kind of idea with them. Is typically a pretty good approach. But yeah, these collections that have such good floors is a lot of fun to do that. The exception, if you go in here and look at mutants, this is where you can get this is where you can get true floors, right? Where like, and these aren't even necessarily like they're floors where you look at them because they're poorly generated. They're just floors because they're flat out ugly. So
the M1s, I feel like the M1s are usually the only ones that'll go above floor.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this one here it's ugly, but then when you look at it, the more it's like, it's still not terrible. Like it's like, but yeah, I in terms of mutants, I wouldn't actively be tossing bids out on them. I would be trying to go ahead and find myself an aesthetic one near floor. Gonna flip quickly into meme coins here, and take a look at some of the ones that have been performing well. Actually, I'm not on the meme coin tab. Here we go. And so let's take a look here. Bully with a strong rally here after bottoming out. Bully, one of the more, yeah, it's got a nice rally here. Bully's kind of had its ups and downs, right? But another one of those AI agents that in terms of where it's at overall, and like, I mean, it tries to be more like a meme than it is something where it's providing a great amount of utility, etc. But I think Bully here is kind of interesting. I like it above 60 mil, in that range there. But if you can break up above that, I think that's pretty good. But yeah, he kind of bottomed out and is rallying. What else is look good? That was kind of on my watch list was the top gainer here. AI16Z also performing really well. Just crazy to see how much it's rallied since it crossed this 1 billion mark back in the 27th. So from the 27th to now, it's up nearly 2x. It's approaching that. and AI 16Z just like continues to kind of drive and lead on the AI side of things. That's crazy.
Is that pretty much okay? I see the 28th there. Okay. I was just trying to figure out
Yeah,
how
this is
much
an
it's
hourly chart.
pumping and how long. Yeah, in one day, 3 days, pretty much. Because I think we just switched over to the next. Well, what do we switch over to the next day in 4 minutes? Or are we already on it?
I think we're
Oh yeah,
already
we're already on the
on it.
next
Yeah.
day. Swap. It switches an hour ago. Then.
Yeah. So it's been on a very strong rally. Farcoin, on the other hand, has kind of struggled a bit, lost the billion mark here over the last couple days. But I still think it's, probably the meme that can proliferate mainstream, maybe the easiest. I don't know. I mean, nothing's more memeable than farts, in my opinion. Right? And so, I think this one is, you know, anywhere close to 800K, I think is a pretty good buy for Fartcoin. And yeah, I would hope for more of a retracement and look back in this kind of 700 to 800K range. That would be a great entry point there.
Yeah, that looks decent. And it's been how long has that coin been around?
Since mid-November.
Okay.
Sorry, mid-October.
October.
I read that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty strong chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're not long from another kind of rally on
It actually
Fartcoin
kind of.
here.
Let me zoom out a little bit before I say. Not really, actually. I'm gonna say it almost looks like the Bitcoin chart, more Ethereum, I guess, if it didn't hit all-time highs, but not really. It's close.
Another top performer here over the last day is Zerbro. Zerbro is
Zero's been running recently.
it's running hard and it is nearing all-time high, which is like really a 2x in a day. If it gets, I mean, it kind of almost is a 2x from here. How does that work?
How's the NFT doing now that it's all time highs?
The NFT, which we look at it in the Solana meme coins, meme NFTs, I think are some of the more interesting ones on the low end side of things. So Zerbro is up 77%, back to 4.5.
Yeah, that's not looking good for the NFT. What is that, like $1,000 NFT?
5 Sol.
4.6 Sol, 5 Sol.
They're up.
No, it's like a four.
Five Sol is
4.7.
950 right now. 950 USD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's at a good spot too. Actually, this 4.5 Sol is.
I mean, it's like if Zero Bros keeps running, like it should make sense, right?
Mm-hmm. 100%. And they were 10 Sol already, so they're less than half of all time high, whereas Zerbro is just about all time high, like very close, and it's on just a strong rally right now. Graphane also, so seeing all the AI memes are really moving right now. I don't know if I'm liking Graphane at the moment where this chart looks, but otherwise the the primary and interestingly, Harambe is up. It's got a ways yet to go to break out truly. Yeah, the leaders right now are really all AI. Peanut, kind of the exception to that. Peanut in general is still down significantly from its all-time highs of 2.4 billion. That run was just wild. That it went
Yeah,
on.
for real. Jeez. That was in like 4 hours, like 5.
That's a milli
wait.
maker right there.
That's like 16 hours, but still.
3 days from 100 mil to 2.4 bill.
Dang.
But Elon and the amount that meme kind of ran. That's the thing about memes. If you can tag the right meme at the right time, you can certainly get a massive run. But I gravitate towards the established memes, and right now it's AI for me. Virtuals continues to perform strong. Up to 3.4. How's your poly market doing, Danksy? Did you ever end up selling the 49ers?
Dude, the 49ers are like 0 right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you ever end up selling them?
No, I hold them. I still have Lions and Chiefs though.
Lions and Chiefs. Those are good. Lions are so banged up. They're a bit tough. I think Eagles and Buffalo, to me, are two that are probably really good plays. Maybe Baltimore, but essentially the playoffs are decided. I think the Rams are in. I'm not sure if they made it based on that strength of schedule tiebreaker as officially as of yet, or if that kind of happens here today. But they'll get in over the Seahawks, and then I think Denver's getting in. KC sounds like they're going to rest some players, so then if Denver wins, they're in. I think KC probably is resting solely on the fact that if they allow Denver to win, then Baltimore doesn't get in, and Baltimore is a potentially scary team. I mean, I say potentially, they find a ways to lose, but they have a lot of talent. They can get it done in terms of their offensive weapons. But yeah.
Dude,
Otherwise,
clowning the Broncos. People just clown the Broncos.
There's no reason to be high on the Broncos. They don't have the offensive.
It's football. Anything can happen.
They'll make the playoffs, right? But that's about it. I think they're one and done. Tampa Bay is more interesting. Tampa Bay has the ability to go through and win a game. That's where you look at Tampa Bay and say they face the Lions. I think they could take them out and carry on. So like there's just a little bit of magic for Tampa Bay, right? And like I said, Lions are banged up, but we'll see.
We'll see. The game started soon. Mm-hmm. The Niners not Lions game. We'll see. I don't know, man. People sleeping on the Broncos.
They haven't. I don't know. I haven't followed NFL as much as I wanted to this year, but they're quiet. Maybe a sleeper for sure.
No, they're ass, but it's still football. It's still football. Anything can happen. Mahomes can be hurt the first play.
Yeah, that's true. That wouldn't be good.
Oh, you never
It'd be
know.
good for. Nobody seems to like the Chiefs anymore now.
Yeah, because they're the luckiest team in the league.
Yeah, legit. But I do have to dip out of here, guys.
Sounds good. Great to have you. Well wishes to Tyler to feel better, get feeling well, so he can enjoy bring in the new year feeling like like a beast.
Yeah, you
'Cause
better be good tomorrow. You got to celebrate.
2025 is going to be a hell of a year.
It's gonna be a fun year for sure. I'm excited.
It is the fourth year of the cycle. That's the year that everything rips, and so we'll see. I think the cycle itself changes, but alts and memes and NFTs all on the horizon here for 2025, and looking forward to it. So, gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna
It'll
continue
be
to
good.
up what we're producing here, real fun.
Good jumping on again as usual. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me, and we will catch you guys next week after the new year, 2025, baby.
Sounds good.
This is the last pivotal space of 2024. All right, we're gonna put all our energy.
We should have
into
celebrated.
green candles.
Right, we got to make sure that market pivots.
All right, I'm gonna just close out the tab. I don't know necessarily how to like leave the call, so we'll see if this works. Peace out.
Oh, he's gone.
I think I can remove him. There we
go.
We dumped quite a bit before the end of end of the day there because we were up green candle.
I know we just like
it was like the Monday was pivoting early and then we dumped through it. So I like that. I like the fact that we got a red candle on the Monday and then therefore Tuesday has a better chance to give us a little bit of a pivot. But I think the general aspect here is that
this is a good level.
Risk.
This is a good level
there's risk of losing 90K and finding ourselves back down in this 80K range. So if you're looking for an entry, maybe I would say hold. But quite interesting here.
No, this is a good level. There's buyers at this level. That's the thing. There's buyers here.
This range is held well. There's been a lot of liquidity in this range, but do we get a flush? Do we get some kind of event there to push down? Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, there's no what news is gonna come out? There's no news gonna come out. Trump's gonna be like Bitcoin strategic reserve.
Right.
Day one.
And we got no Fed meetings, so that can't spook anything. So you're right. There's nothing super bearish other than some kind of liquidity flush kind of type thing. But I would much rather have it hold this 91, 92K range and rally back up to 100K and just stay in this range. I like this range. It's a nice tight range. It's not bad at all. And then once we get to 2 weeks in and get the inauguration done and that goes through just nice and smooth, then we rally from there.
Yeah, we should be fine. Not even worried.
To launch a token, I assume pump.fun.
Pump.fun is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. And then you have to put down a soul, or what's the cost on that? Do you know that offhand, Danksy?
No, it's free.
It's free.
You could bundle it in the beginning, but it's free. It costs you nothing.
Jeez, that's why that's so proliferated with junk. But yeah, I mean, if you have yourself a good meme and you want to go ahead and create it, by all means.
Let me know. I'll buy in sub 100K market cap.
That from there though, it's a matter of being able to continue to keep the meme alive. But yeah, that's why you see these, and any type of event happens, you'll just see a dozen of the same meme come alive. Whether it's during some kind of speech or conference or this or that or news event, Elon tweet, there's going to be a meme associated with it, and it may or may not be created by someone that has the intention of rugging. I would suggest that more often than not, it's the intention is just to make a quick buck and pull it. But so that's the risk narrative with meme tokens.
For sure. People see 10K in their wallet and they're just like, oh, I guess I'm.
What was that guy on the weekend? Made like $17 or something like that.
$17. What's going on? I can buy like half a burger.
He made like $17 and then rugged, and then it proceeded to pump afterwards. So, yeah. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I am going to watch this football game with great intent. Hopefully, wrap up a couple victories to end off the fantasy football
Yeah.
championships.
What do you need for football fantasy?
I need 9 points between Bates, the kicker for Detroit, Kittle, and Debo. So should be a
So
lock.
you're rooting for Niners then.
I am rooting for the Niners. I also need Bates, the kicker, in another league, and I need 12 from him there. So some long Detroit field goals would be nice. They don't kick many field goals.
No, they just run it down. They just run down your throat.
Yeah. And then the other league that I have in the finals has wrapped up and taken victory already, so that's pretty sweet. But overall, a break-even fantasy year. Not great. I like to crush it. I felt like I had a really strong year, but just because you had a strong year doesn't mean your team's going to win.
True.
Any given Sunday, you know?
It's football. That's football for you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
sure.
Should we call it there, Roads?
Sounds good.
Tomorrow we have a space. 1 p.m. Pacific.
Yes.
Yes.
1 p.m.
And then we will be. Hopefully, I'll have enough TikTok followers to stream on TikTok. But
Love it.
We'll see.
Are you going to connect B3L directly so we get chat going in there?
Does that fuck up the stream?
How so?
I don't know. Let's talk this offline.
Sure. No
We'll
worries.
figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Take care, Roads.
Appreciate it. Take care.